Just transition, a term first used by trade unionists in North America in the 1990s, was coined to protect the rights of workers whose jobs may have been impacted by environmental policies. Head of the Multilateral Environmental Agreements Unit at the Ministry of Planning and Development, Kishan Kumar Singh, explains its significance to Trinidad and Tobago at this time.
The issue of just transition has been entrenched in the Paris Agreement in its preamble and consistent with the Sustainable Development Goal 8 of decent work and quality jobs for everyone. It focuses on the need to safeguard workers' rights, the creation of decent jobs as economies transition from carbon-intensive industries and high-carbon activities to one of low-carbon development.
The development and implementation of this country's just transition is critical, as our economy is based primarily on the oil and gas industry, which involves high carbon-emitting processes.
Trinidad and Tobago, as a ratified party to the Paris Agreement, is also now obligated to embark on a pathway of low-carbon development. And to do that, we have submitted our commitments to the UN on how we intend to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. And these emissions are targeted at the power generation, the industrial sector, and the transportation, primarily based on the combustion of fossil fuels. Trinidad and Tobago's economy is based on oil and gas and therefore highly carbon intensive, and many jobs are created in that sector. As a result, any transitioning from this high carbon intensive economy to low carbon development will invariably impact on workers. And to avoid any potential negative fallout, the policy framework is being developed to allow for minimizing these impacts, for the retooling and reskilling of workers to encompass low carbon jobs, or green jobs as they're called, in renewable energy, for example, in clean technology, and so on. And the policy therefore will guide what needs to be considered, including through creation of new skills for upcoming generations and the new workforce, so that as the country transitions from the carbon intensive and carbon based economy, largely due to oil and gas, towards more sustainable and green growth, that transition will be as well smooth for existing workers, but also create opportunities for upcoming workforce.
Transitioning of our workforce is being carefully planned and gives consideration to ensuring ease as we move from one type of economy to another.
It is important to note that it's a transition. The key word is transition, and it will not happen overnight, and therefore it's over a period of time, during which the enabling environment through the administrative, institutional, legal and policy framework will be set. And therefore, those that are already in the workforce will be provided with opportunities to reschool, retool and reskill themselves to be employable in the new economy, in the green economy, where opportunities can be created. It also focuses on active creation of these jobs, these green jobs, in the green economy, including, for example, in renewable energy technologies, in electric vehicle technologies, in other clean technologies that may be employed in the industrial sector to reduce emissions. So that transition will take place over a period of time. It's not a switch, and therefore the policy aims to provide for that transition to take place in as least a disruptive way as can be managed.
Policymakers recognize that people are key to achieving a just transition.
That human resource resides in many spheres of employment, in the existing technologies, in the existing industries that may be seen as emitting sectors, and as well in the new sectors that are to be developed. So therefore, the human resource factor in effecting economic change towards low carbon development is perhaps the most critical part of any transition that will give rise to a development path that will contribute globally to achieving the objectives of the Paris Agreement, which is critical for small and developing states such as Trinidad and Tobago.
For up-to-date information on environmental issues and activities in TNT, Please join our Focal Point network by completing the Google form found on the Environmental Policy and Planning Division's Facebook and Instagram pages.